My name is Savion. I first participated in Heart to Heart 2015, so it's been 7 years now, and Heart to Heart is still very close to my heart and very important to me, and I'm glad to be here at Givat Haviva again. In Israel, many times we hear about each other. Most of the time it's politics, it's from the news or from other people, and we don't really create a connection. We don't get to hear from each other, and I think that's a gap that is very important to solve, to create a connection, a direct connection, and I think Heart to Heart is one of the best programs to give an opportunity to make that connection. It's life-changing, especially here in our country. It's so important to have this personal experience, this personal connection. And you can something that's for society
My name is Zubay Makaldi, and I was in Heart to Heart in Canada in 2018-2019. Just before the corona or the COVID. There's many reasons that I came here, or I'm still coming here, and one of the main reasons is this is a joyful event with meeting a lot of people, or meeting the another side of society, or hearing another side of the stories, not just mine side. So by hearing the other sides of the story, I can realize the main problem, or can solve the problem. I know that I am citizen and I have the rights to do that, and I have right to do and to know all the sides of the story, and I have also the right to create the solution for the problem. Yes, I think Heart to Heart not changing just a little bit of things. The Heart to Heart is affecting by the good way. It's changing like minds. Like, for example, when we were in Canada in 2019, there is a lot of Jewish people that was with us, and they're not knowing about the Palestinian story from our side. And after we told them all about our stories and what's happening, and showed them the videos and the photos, and based of the real things, many of them they changed their mind. Heart to Heart helped me in a lot of things, and one of the things, not just about this stories, Palestinian or Jewish fight, or not, we can call it fight or argument. The Heart to Heart also helped me to make open conversation freely, without being fear from anything or anyone.
Hi, my name is Tamar Rosenberg, and I was in the 2022 delegation to Canada. And my special experience was in Canada was that we had this magical forest thing. It was just for the Jews and the Arabs that came there from the delegation, and we talked about issues and we learned about our history and about ourselves. We had this conversation when we put questions in in a bowl, and everyone is taking question out and they ask in the open in the magical forest, and we answer. The Arabs and the Jews, we answer, and then we got to understand really what we think and how we experience things, and maybe just, like understand people's mind and people's thoughts about things. And we had this thought about this question about the military and about Hamas, and we got to understand a lot what they think about them, and they got to understand what we think about them, because we can't really understand from the news and from the day-to-day life experience, and it's really important, especially for me. And another experience that I had back home, when I got back home from Canada, I had this conversation with my grandpa, which he's very stubborn about Israel, and I love him very much. But usually old people that lived in a different area than us, they know just a few things and they stick to it. And I was, I just got back from Canada, and I understood a lot better stuff, and I got to a conversation with him talking about how the news can affect our mind, and how you can see something and it's really not true, and it got into our mind. It's like a brainwashed, actually. And it's really important to know how to take things that you see in social media, especially when we live in this area, in this generation that we all in our phones and see TV and watch TV, and it's like our life eventually, and it's important. And so I talked to him and I explained to him what I learned there and how it affected about me and what I think now, and that I have a political and history that I know, which I didn't know, and it's really important to me because now I can speak with people and actually give my ideas and give my knowledge, and this is what Heart to Heart did to me, and I'm really grateful.
So hi, I'm Shira, and I'm from Heart to Heart, and from the 2022 Heart to Heart. In our society, I don't get to meet Palestinians or people who think different than me, and I really wanted to know what they think and how they. We live in the same place. We live like 50 minutes away from each other, and I know nothing about them. And coming to there and seeing them and talking to them, and first of all understanding that they're the same as me. We don't really have any much differences between us, and also just knowing that their opinion is different, but that's okay. Like, I'm so happy to know that, to know how other people think. I think it's really important for us to be part of those types of activities, because I feel like people, like the government or the community, try to take away your right to say whatever you want.